that's all the dark side content we were getting for the month of February. Well, guess what? You are wrong, because today we got probably one of the biggest announcements ever for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and that is a Star Wars The Old Republic raid coming to the game. So with the latest news, this is talking about the road ahead for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and it looks like they got a lot of stuff in store. We have this brand new Sith-based raid, and we also have a lot of quality of life improvements. But let's go and talk about this Sith raid and what this might mean for the game. So as we embark on a new year, it is time for us to talk again about some of the changes planned for the near-term future for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes and what the road ahead looks like for the game. Here's a peek at what is to come, and look at that. A new Sith raid. We are extremely excited to announce that we are working on bringing you a brand new raid experience. This new raid takes place in Star Wars The Old Republic timeframe and allows players to take on the Sith triumvirate of Darth Nihilus, Darth Sion, and Darth Traya. Oh man. Oh, there's already so much to talk about right here, guys. They gave us some artwork right here, but they're saying that the raid will come out with their upcoming quality of life update, so expect to see more updates on what the content will look like, and please keep an eye on the forums for more details. Now I'm going to show you guys some artwork that was sent our way of Darth Sion. When I got this picture, I was starting to get goosebumps. This is really unique and awesome content bringing into Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Not many people have experienced the Old Republic, but essentially Darth Sion, for you guys who don't know, he was essentially a part of this triumvirate with Darth Nihilus and Darth Traya, and Darth Sion, he let his anger fuel himself so much that he can ignore pain and keep coming back to life, which is why he kind of looks like a zombie in the artwork you're seeing. Now, I don't know if Darth Sion and Darth Traya and Darth Nihilus are going to be raid rewards or if they're the raid bosses. I'm presuming that these will be raid bosses for sure. Whether they will be rewards, it's hard to say, but what I'm thinking is, as we know, raids, there's some sort of character behind it. We have the Rancor raid in Han Solo, General Kenobi for the AAT raid. What is going to be the reward for the Sith raid? That is the question. What I'm thinking is that this raid might be dispersing rewards for Darth Sion and Darth Traya, which we can use in our personal accounts, and then eventually down the line, we would need all three of these characters, Darth Nihilus, Darth Traya, and Darth Sion, to get Darth Revan sometime down the line. Or the other thing that might be going on here is that these three are the raid bosses we're going up against, and the reward for this Sith raid is Darth Revan himself. But I don't know, guys, there is just so much going on, and I'm now guessing this is what we are going to Sacramento for, is to get you guys gameplay of this brand new raid, or to get gameplay of whatever the reward is. Whatever it is, it looks like it's going to be big. This is just significant content being added to the game. It's very unique, and I'm very happy to see this, and hopefully it turns out to be as great as it sounds. We have the quality of life improvements. February is a month that happens to be one of the biggest quality of life improvements. Last February is when we got the biggest quality of life improvements ever, and now this February they're taking the time before the year gets crazy to do even more quality of life improvements. Let's take a look at what we got here. Finally, all you guild leaders, I'm sure you're happy about this, but the raid tickets for the display have now been fixed. In January, we rolled out a partial fix, which will be followed by a full fix to guilds that will serve as a time saver for officers and leaders in managing player activities. That is going to be huge for guild leaders. I know a lot of guild leaders and officers who spend so much time just keeping track of this. This will make your life so much easier. So great thing to see right there. Next thing up on the list is additional simming. Now they're adding a couple things to make simming a lot easier. First of all, they're making the credit heist and training droid heist having a sim ticket. That's cool. And then they're also bringing multi-simming to the ship challenges. So I'm guessing for like the Zeta, training droids, and the ship credits. And here's the thing, I was really surprised to see they are now making Galactic War a simmable event. So after you beat Galactic War a certain number of times, they haven't specified what that certain number is. The entire Galactic War will be simmable for the full rewards. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of veteran players out there who will enjoy this feature. Galactic War isn't as challenging anymore, but even when it was challenging, it's just a very big chore that not a lot of people have the time to do every single day. Well, now you can sim it completely, or if you really like Galactic War, you can still go through it if your heart desires. And praise baby Jesus, they are finally adding a pre-battle tech search. One of the most annoying things when setting up an arena squad, or especially territory wars, you have to go through so many squads, is you gotta look for your characters, and sometimes you might be swiping up and down and up and down, keep passing up the same character because that's how I roll, and you can't find the character. It's just a time-consuming thing. Well, now you can go and now filter through that menu by character name or tag, a much-needed feature, especially now when we have like over 140 some characters in the game. Now, Territory War changes a couple of big things here. One of the biggest things about Territory War is that you don't quite know how good your team is on defense unless you kind of sit there and stare at the screen and see people constantly try to battle your team. Now it's going to tell you how many successful defenses your squad was able to survive to help inform you in your future choices on what squads to put on the board. Next thing we have up is the Tiebreakers. Now, this isn't really a problem for many guilds, but for top-end guilds that take the game seriously, this is an issue because two equally powered guilds, they usually end up breaking in a tie, and that's not too much fun. Well, now what they're doing, on top of showing you if your team is good on defense, you will earn banners for putting up good teams on defense. So you're going to want to maybe start making sure you have great defensive teams, because now that defense is going to be really important, and when playing offense, you might want to think twice when trying to go up against a Jedi Training Ray and BB-8 combo that's the only one standing, because if you lose, you're just feeding extra banners to the other team. But what I want to do now is take a moment to talk about Darth Vader and the Emperor Palpatine reworks, because they were just added to the game a few hours ago, and so far across the community and among me and some other YouTubers, actually all the YouTubers and Game Changers, we are not impressed with Darth Vader and the Emperor Palpatine reworks. I've already put a notice on my community page for YouTube, Discord, and Twitter, kind of telling people to hold off on the Zetas for these two characters, because so far they have not been impressive. They're okay on offense. They kind of lose a lot of characters on offense. It's a struggle to win on offense, and on defense they are just horrendous. They lose easily with all the Zetas in the world and good mods. So we're going to showcase a couple quick battles and hopefully do a future video kind of touching upon the subject to kind of reevaluate if they are still not all that great. Now, this won't be my final opinion of Darth Vader and Emperor Palpatine's rework. I'm going to do a full video covering them, but I want to go and just make a quick overview on why our initial opinions between myself, other YouTubers, and the community are quite negative towards these brand new reworks. They do not meet expectations whatsoever, and they struggle greatly against Jedi Training Ray teams, and they don't do that amazing on offense unless you're going up against a Commander Luke Skywalker team, which isn't that popular anymore. I'm showing a clip right now, but I went up against Mobile Gamer's team, and one of the best things we found was Sith Trooper and Sith Assassin for offense, but on defense, it really struggles. Jedi Training Ray just walks over them, and what we're going to do now is I'm going to take one of the better Darth Vader teams I think we found and go up against a Jedi Training Ray team here, and it includes Wampa, Darth Vader, Emperor Palpatine, Thrawn, and of course, Kenobi. We're going to talk about my negativity towards Kenobi in a few minutes here, but actually, let's just talk about it now. One thing I'm getting from testing all these dark side characters out is that we're missing a great dark side tank. Sith Trooper and Short Trooper are really the only decent tanks we have for the dark side, but they aren't as amazing as General Kenobi, and they really need an AoE cleanser for this type of team here. Alright, so one thing I do really like is Darth Vader's AoE, the fact it cannot be countered. Amazing. That is something we really needed. So let's go and fracture Kenobi. But the problem is there's going to be so much foresight being spread around on this other team. Like, we have one foresight on Ray, so it's okay at the moment. But the problem is, up against when you're trying other different compositions with Emperor Palpatine, whatever it may be, it's just hard to find something that can actually work against Jedi Training Ray. Very rarely did we win a battle, no matter what type of lineup. I had people from the community, I reached out to like the Empire Fanatics in the Empire Discord server saying, hey, guys, feed me stuff. We want to try to find something that works. And a lot of the stuff they're sending, it would not do well. We couldn't find really that many things that do well on defense, and defense is definitely kind of important because you don't want to fall 80 ranks overnight. It's okay to lose. We're not saying don't lose. It's natural to lose, but you also want to make sure you're not losing too much. All right, let's see. Can we maybe put a big hit on? Let's see. Maybe we can put a big hit on R2D2. Let's see if maybe we can finish him off. Oh, we might be able. There we go. R2D2's out of the picture. Perfect. So one thing I really like is Wampa. He gets supercharged with his damage due to all the damage over times and stuff like that. Let's get an ability block. But Emperor Palpatine, though, I'm really disappointed. I thought Emperor Palpatine was going to be the far superior character when comparing Darth Vader and Emperor Palpatine, but it looks like Palpatine is actually less superior compared to Darth Vader. I was very surprised about that, and the cool thing is, see, look, Emperor Palpatine just gets tossed around like he's some frail. I mean, I know he's frail and all, but he gets, even with his Zeta and some good protection mods, he still gets walked over, and it's hard to give him an opportunity to do much. He did like one AoE stun, and that was really it. It's unfortunate. We should be able to win this still. For those of you wondering, I mean, a lot of people who have Zetas, they probably already gave Darth Vader a Zeta. And I actually don't think he needs the Zeta on his unique unless you really, really want that health regeneration. Let's see if we can finish him off. Oh, we didn't get enough. All right, let's do this. Okay. AoE. Boom. There we go. Yeah, Wampa. I feel like Wampa is kind of the main showcase for this team. He just does so much crazy damage. Let's see how much damage can we get here. There we go. See, that's when the Zeta comes in handy. You may have noticed that Darth Vader gave himself a lot of health because of all the damage over times that were expiring. Let's see, I'm going to play the smart. Don't want to... There we go. Let's just fracture him. So we won, but it was a somewhat of a struggle. Emperor Palpatine just felt like dead weight, and I don't know. We're missing a lot. I don't think these Zetas are nearly as good to be competitive with the top end. It probably will beat Commander Luke teams, no problem. Some Night Sister teams with the right setup with Shore Trooper and Palpatine, you should be okay. But overall, I think they could have done a lot more. But we'll just have to wait and see. With that brand new Sith raid coming, perhaps there are some characters that will really try to fuel these brand new reworks we got. Sith Marauder looks very solid. We're going to do some Sith Marauder gameplay videos coming up shortly. But you guys let me know down below what you think of the brand new Sith raid, what you think of Emperor Palpatine, Darth Vader, all that fun stuff. Make sure you guys subscribe so you aren't missing a thing. And as always,
Yeah.